welcome to my YouTube channel. My video is all about the chapter 5 in Cisco. So the chapter 5 tackles about the inter-VLAN routing, the process of routing traffic between different VLANs using either a dedicated router or a multi-layer switch. Legacy router on a stick and multi-layer switch inter-VLAN routing, layer 3 switching, SVIs, and routed ports. The chapter 5 is all about the Ethernet. Internet rather. So I will start discussing what is the summary of chapter 5. First, we need to sign up. Chapter 5. Ethernet. What is Ethernet? Ethernet is a family of computer networking technologies commonly used in local area networks, metropolitan area networks, and wide area networks. Ethernet is the most widely used LAN technology in today's. It is a family of networking technologies that are defined in the IEEE 802.2 and 802.3 standards. Ethernet standards define both the Layer 2 protocols and the Layer 1 technologies. For the Layer 2 protocols, as with all AO 802 IEEE standards, Ethernet relies on the two separate sublayers of the data link layer to operate the logical link control or LLC and the MAC sublayers. Internet encapsulation. Most widely used LAN technology operates in the data link layer and the physical layer. Family of networking technologies that are defined in the IEEE 802.2 and 802.3 standards. Supports data bandwidths of 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, 40,000, and 100,000 Mbps or 100 Gbps. Ethernet standards define Layer 2 protocols and Layer 1 technologies. Two separate sublayers of the data link layer to operate logically link control LLC and the MAC layers, sublayers. This is the Internet encapsulation content. The LCC sublayer, the IEEE 802, the physical layer, Internet, data link, and the MAC sublayer is primary responsibilities, data encapsulation, media access control. This is the 802.3 media access control, the logical link control sublayer, physical signaling sublayer, and physical medium. The Internet revolution. The Internet revolution is nagsimula po siya sa 8 bytes, then 6 bytes, 6 bytes, 2 bytes, 46 to 15 bytes, 4 bytes. The MAC address Ethernet identity. Layer 2 Ethernet MAC address is a 48-bit binary value expressed as 12 hexadecimal digits. The IEE requires a vendor to follow two simple rules. Must use the vendor's assigned OUI as the first 3 bytes. This is the organizational unique in the identifier. It's 24 bits, 6 hex digits, 0 to 62F, and Cisco. And at the right side is the vendor assigned or INC interfaces. It's 24 bits, 6 hex digits, 3A to 07BC, and particular device. There are two styles of Ethernet framing. The IEE 802.3 Ethernet Standard and the DIX Ethernet Standard, which is now referred to Ethernet II. The most significant difference between the two standards is the addition of the start frame, the limiter or SFD, and the change of the type field to a length field. In the 802.3 Ethernet 2 is the Ethernet frame format used in TCP or IP networks as an implementation of the IEE 802.2/3 standards. The Ethernet frame provides MAC addressing and error checking. The IRP table. The IRP relies on certain types of the Internet broadcast messages and Internet unicast messages called ARP requests. An ARP replies. The ARP protocol resolves IPv4 addresses to MAC addresses and maintain a table of mapping. And removing entries from an ARP table. ARP cache timer removes ARP entries that have not been used for a specified period of time. Commands may also be used to manually remove all of some of the entries in the ARP table. This is the ARP tables and on networking devices. Router ARP table. This is the router. Half-duplex Ethernet uses CSMA/CD as the LAN access method. When an Internet device wants to gain access to the network, it checks to see whether the network is quiet. If the network is not quiet, the device waits a random amount of time before retrying. If the network is quiet and two devices access the line at exactly the time their signals collide, when the collision is detected, they both back off and each waits a random amount of time before retrying. Routers are basically computers with two or more NICs, supports one or more network protocols such as the Internet Protocol or IP. A switch receives, frames, and make filtering and forwarding decisions based on the hardware MAC addresses, whereas the router opens these frames and examines the packets contained therein. The router looks at the destination network address in these packets and make a forwarding decision based on the address. If the router does not know how to teach the destination network, the packet is dropped. The router then forwards the packet to the approximate LAN or WAN network segment. On most Internet networks, End devices are typically connected on a point-to-point basis to a Layer 2 full duplex switch. A Layer 2 LAN switch performs switching and filtering based only on a OSI data link layer or Layer 2. MAC address, a Layer 2 switching builds a MAC addresses table that is used to make forwarding decisions. Layer 2 switches depend on routers to pass data between independent IP subnetworks. So,